Commentary is difficult. It's hard to come up with things to say sometimes. Whether you're talking over a movie, talking over, a football game, talking over a video game, talking over a card game, talking over anything. Commentary is not easy. It can be easy to think that it is easy, but it's not. There's so many people that either do commentary as part of a job, such as sportscasters, and a lot of big names on YouTube. They're all video game commentary channels. And they make money off it. And then there are those that don't. Video game commentary, specifically, isn't easy. But the entire thing is not easy. It's kind of frustrating when the general view is that commentary is so simple, and the fact that everyone does it or tries to do it is looked at like, oh, well, they're not doing anything. Like, I could talk over something. Okay, but can you? It's hard to find things to talk about sometimes. And as someone who does commentary over games as a casual thing, and he's someone who's been doing this for years, granted, some of that time has a lot of gaps in it, but as someone who's been talking over video games and talking out things in general, I can say that it is not a simple task to just keep talking. I had this idea brewing in my head for about a month now, as of recording this video. When I was recording through Sonic Frontiers, it was kind of hard to make commentary on it. And I've kind of felt that way about a lot of different series. Not with the multi-person commentary series I have. Like when I had Black Doom 900 and Marissa Blackwing in my videos. It's easy to bounce off of someone else. And even with Marissa Blackwing being less talkative than me, it was still easier to do commentary and to talk because I had a second person to bounce things off of. And sometimes my comedy will have an actual immediate response. Granted, a lot of it will have this kind of dead air feel to it, but it's still this what's what I'm looking for? This response that I don't get when I'm just recording things, because I'm not recording to a live audience. And even if I were to live stream, I wouldn't get the same kind of feedback as I would from an actual person being around me or with me. So in those instances, it is easy to do commentary because it's more than just talking over something. In some cases, I'm just talking to someone, or I'm talking at someone, or I'm smack talking, or I'm making jokes at someone's expense, usually mine. But it's easy in that case because it's a different scenario altogether. But when you do commentary over anything and it's just you, and you're just talking to a microphone and you're looking at a screen, or you're not looking at anything like I'm doing right now, it can be hard to come up with something. Basically, what I'm trying to say is try to be more open-minded to people that do commentary. Especially the ones that are having to do it as just one person. Because coming up with things to say is not as easy as it seems. A lot of people can talk and talk and talk. Usually about really nothing. For minutes to hours on end. But it is often not easy. If you've seen any video game commentary, I'd say about 75% of it is either making sounds, such as ouch and ooh and stuff like that, or they're immediately reacting to things that are happening on the screen. Rough things that are happening. Usually more dire circumstances. There'll be more responses, or rather, there'll be more noises and conversation about this one specific thing. But if you're, like I said, if you're watching someone who's doing this by themselves, not the secondary person or a third person or fourth person or however many people they're doing it with, or live streaming, you probably won't find much as far as conversation, which it then boils down to you're probably watching them for the way they react, for their comedy chops, stuff like that, the way that they handle certain situations. If you like people who are really loud and obnoxious and overreact to things, there's people like that. If you like people who are a bit more subdued, a bit more on the quiet end, and not quite as reactionary, and sometimes are a lot more quiet, kind of like myself, then there's also that too. But the commentary side is always the hardest part, because among both groups there, it's tough. So, try to be a bit more open towards one-person commentary. I gotta be honest, it's not easy to watch. It is easier to watch someone who is doing commentary with another person, which is probably why, when it comes like to sports, there's not one person doing the commentary. It's multiple people. 2 people, 3 people, 4 people. Wrestling has like 2 or 3 announcers at the same time, kind of bouncing around comments. Football on the radio, usually about 2 people. Stuff like that. You'll hardly ever, rarely ever, find it to where there's just one person doing commentary. So please be a bit more open towards the people that are doing it by themselves, because it ain't easy. I think that's it. I think I've made my point fairly clear, I hope. I'm sure this seemed a bit long-winded and ranty. But nothing wrong with that. I hope you have a good day or night or whatever it is for you. And I'll catch you on whatever I do next.